This module is called Modify a Position Description. We will search the position library, select and update an existing description, and submit our changes for HR for approval. We start in the Position Management module. We can tell we're in the correct module because we have the orange background. I'm currently logged in as a department authority, someone who has the capability of changing a position description. My first action will be to go to Position Descriptions and go to the Staff, because the position we're looking for is a staff position. Now we are in the search library. At this point, we can type in the name of the position, the seated person in the position, or the position number. In this case, we know we're looking for the Learning Module Administrator. I don't have to type in all the words. I can type in some of the words, and I will still get a match. I can also search by the status, if it's in a draft position, an active position, an inactive position, or a locked position. Locked positions are locked because they're currently have an action outstanding against them. You can also search by department. You will only have access to the departments within your organization. The position we're looking for is this Learning Module Administrator. I'm going to click on the name, and it will bring me to the next screen. This is where we can initiate the process. I'm going to go to the top right-hand side and click Modify a Position Description. The system will ask you if you want to lock the position to create a position request. No position can have two position requests at the same time. I'll click Start, and it takes us to the next screen. This is the justification screen. The justification screen will ask you why you are modifying the position. It can be a reclassification, changing the position description, a new employee or a vacant position, replacement of the supervisor, or a budget update. In this case, and most commonly, we're going to pick Update Position Description. Position descriptions can be updated during the performance section every year, or it can be when there's a new vacancy to keep it current. Under position justification, you would just want to tell HR why the position is going to be modified. In this case, we are updating that position because as you can see, if you make a spelling error, red lines will go underneath the word and you have an opportunity to fix it. After each page, hit the Save button, and you can hit the Next button. Since there's no classification associated with this position, it will ask you to click a classification. You can leave that for HR if you don't know what the position classification is. In this case, I'm going to click a new position request. And then you hit the Save button. In the next section, you'll see the position details. Anything that's a required field will have a star next to it. As you can see, everything is filled out appropriately. In this case, though, I'm going to remove the FTE, just so you see what will happen? All the other fields are filled out if they're needed. Acceptable minimums on all the positions for searching options. There's DOT information, supervisory information, if the employee works with minors, access to sensitive information. If you're unsure if the position has any sort of classification for sensitive information, the UNH policy is right here, and you can click on that and it'll open a new window. I'm going to click Save. And as you can see, FTE, which is a required field, is highlighted in red. So I'm going to go ahead and put 0.76 back into that position so we can move on to the next section. I will save, and I will go to the next section called Duties and Responsibilities. This is where you have the opportunity to add or change any responsibilities for the position. To add a responsibility, you simply click Add a Responsibility. In 5% increments, please put in the amount of time the individual does any specific job. For quickness sake, I'm just going to put in 100% time, and I'm going to put in something on the duty and responsibilities. We can remove the entry if we decide that it's no longer valid. We can add any number of percentages and entries. Please note that you can add more than 100, so it's your responsibility to make sure that they add up to 100. Again, if you make a spelling error, it will show you and it will give you the opportunity to pick something else. Click Save. And then we get to the next section. This is the finance line. This is where the finance will look at this and let you know if it can be funded, where it's to be funded. This is your communication with the finance office. Since this already existed in the position that we modified, we still have the same text. We could change that. We could put dollar amounts. If we knew the focal, we could put it in there. And we can do percentages as if this is a split position. We're not required to, but we can put in the position begin date or the position end date. And any comments that we want finance to see. We can find the supervisor for this position, and that's a simple search menu. We can pick anybody in the office. In this case, make it Assistant General Counsel. Next. If the position is vacant, it will tell you that, so that you don't inadvertently pick the wrong user. I'm going to click another user and move on. If you were required to have any position documents, here is where they can get added. If you need to add org charts or biomechanical job analysis, or any of those, supplemental data or other, simply go to the Actions bar and click Upload New, Create New, or Choose Existing. Any one of those will pull up a bar so that you can do a PDF and you can load that up. None of those are required. At the end, there's a summary. And if you see the green checkbox, that means that everything that is required has been taken care of in that section. You can see the classification, the position details, who's seated in the position, the position operating title, the position number if you have it. If you don't, that's fine. HR can put it in. The FTE, where it's located, and any other information that you have put in. Notice even though the position was vacant, general counsel we were allowed to pick, and we've put in the seated employee as well. So at this point, we're ready to take an action. If you hover over the bar that says Take Action on Request, you will see your choices. You can keep working on it, you can approve it and submit it to finance, you could send it back to a department user if, as a department authority, you were checking the work. You can approve and send to a principal administrator, which is only used on other campuses, so we don't have to worry about it at UNH. We could deny and move to the employee if we were doing reviews, but we're not doing any of that, so we are just going to approve and send to finance. And here's where we can put any notes that we want to keep as a permanent record on this modified position description. I'm not going to put any comments on it, but I do keep checked to keep this position on my watch list. And you'll see that when we go back to the home screen, this position will show up on our watch list. I will hit Submit, and now it has been sent, transitioned to finance, and is on my watch list. So if we navigate back to the home page, you'll see it will show up as a position request on my watch list. In the next module, you will go through the process and you will do your own position descriptions. Thank you.